everybody, it's Gianna and I am filming a video for you today about the schedule on Disney Cruise Line for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique on the Disney Dream. So a lot of you have expressed interest in my schedule. A lot of people commenting on my things like, oh my goodness, you work 70 plus hours a week. How do you do that? How do you live? And it's a little different when you're on a boat because there's not really other things to do. You kind of just are there to work, so you work, and then you have a little bit of a social life. But besides that, you don't really have to do the other things that you do in real life, like cooking and cleaning, going to the grocery store, things like that. I'm gonna just go through and talk to you about what each day looks like. So this is a 7-day schedule. It starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. It has the voyage numbers on top. So every voyage that the Disney Dream has gone on since it started is numbered. And this week, which was January 28th, we were on voyage 726 on the Disney Dream. The boutique was split into 2 teams. It's roughly 5 girls on each team, depending on who was going out, who was coming in. Sometimes there were less, sometimes there were more, but usually 5 girls on each team. One team was team 1 and the other team was team 2. So every week, one of the teams got a Saturday and Sunday 2 o'clock start. So if team 1 had a 2 o'clock start on Saturday and Sunday this week, team 2 would have a 2 o'clock start the next week. So we just rotated. Twice a month we got a 2 o'clock start. All of the time our schedule looked like this on the Dream because we were always doing the same itinerary. It rarely changed, like for holiday and things like that. For Christmas, we changed our itinerary to accommodate the guests so that we would have a sea day on Christmas instead of having Port Canaveral Day, which is just like a little better for the guests. We were at Castaway every Saturday. And that means that one of the teams got a 2 o'clock start. So for this week, team 2 got a 2 o'clock start. What that means is that team 1 goes in at 9 o'clock in the morning and we start in the boutique and we go all day until closing, which is usually like 9:30 p.m. or 10. And then team 2 starts at 2 o'clock. They come in for pirate takeover and then they stay till 9:30, 10 o'clock. The Disney Dream has something called Pirate Night. So once every cruise, there is a Pirate Night. So that means for us, twice a week, we have Pirate Night in the boutique. So what that means is twice a week at 2 o'clock, we close for 1 hour from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock and we transform the boutique fully into the Pirates League. And then the fairy godmothers fly away to their castle and the pirates come to take over the boutique. When the pirates come to take over the boutique, that's when the girls come in for their shift. And then they stay till closing. And the next day on our schedule is Monday. So Monday, those are always Port Canaveral days. On Port Canaveral, we start at 7 a.m. for load. So what that means is we wake up at 7 a.m., we go out to the loading area and we grab dollies and we unload all of the pallets that are left there for us. Some of them have merchandise for the shops because boutique is part of the shop staff. Some of them have drinks for the crew store, so like our store that we can get our snacks at, we're loading there. So 7 a.m. until whenever we're done. So usually like between 10 and 12 we're finished if you're on the normal schedule. But on Port Canaveral days, 2 ferries get the opportunity to have a late start. So one of the opportunities is if you are welcome line. Welcome line is when you stand in the atrium of the ship while the guests walk on and you greet them. They will announce the family. The Disney Dream proudly welcomes the Smith family. And then you stand in line like this for about 4 hours. Welcome line starts at 11 o'clock and goes till about 3:15. The other opportunity you have for a late start is reservations. Now reservations is boutique only. So we go up at 11:50 into the boutique to stand at podium and make sure that any guest getting on the ship can get a reservation and get in to make sure that they have their princess transformations, or if they have any questions about the boutique, they can come up there and ask us from 11:50 to 3. If you are on load, when you're done with load between 10 and 12, you get a break until 3:45. If you're on one of the other jobs that start at 11 or 11:50 and you end at 3 or 3:15, you get a break till 3:45. So no matter what time you start in the morning, you start back at 3:45. So I liked to have load in the morning on Port Canaveral because you get to get off the ship, but you have to be back, all aboard is at 3 o'clock. So you have to make sure you're on the boat at 3 o'clock, otherwise you get fired. So once you get back on, you have a little rest time, and then at 3:45, the general alarm sounds for drill. So that means if you have some duty on your safety card, you have to put on your life jacket, which everybody does. There's only a few people that are exempt from this, but most people on the ship have a safety duty. You put on your life jacket, you go to your spot that you need to go to. Mine was on deck 8, so I had to walk the stairs to deck 8 every Monday and Friday, which was awful, in my life jacket. And you stand there and you tell the guests where to go. That's your duty for drill. You stand there until drill is over. Once drill is over, you're dismissed. So drill usually ends at about 4:30. You either start back in the boutique at 4:50 or 5:15. Just depending on what team you are. So if you're team 2 that week, maybe you'll get a 4:50 start. If you're team 1 that week, maybe you'll get a 5:15 start. It just depends on what the schedule says. By 5:15, everybody's up in the boutique and we all work until 10 p.m. except if you're reservations or welcome line, that means that you get an early leave. So those people get to leave at 8, which is really exciting because that's when you get to put in your request for dinner or just catch up on some sleep or some laundry, which is always nice. Tuesdays are a little more straightforward. That's our Nassau day on our 4-day cruises. And you work from 9 a.m. till close, so 9 a.m. to about 10 p.m. on Tuesdays. That's it. You get a 1-hour break for lunch and a 1-hour break for dinner, depending on whenever the breaks go out. And then one person gets to do gangway, which is where you stand on the gangway outside of the boat in Nassau and you tell people to hand sanitize their hands, but they just get to go, do it, and then come back to the boutique. And that's from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Wednesday is Castaway on our 4-day cruises, and it's Pirates Night. One of the teams will start in the boutique in the morning at 9 a.m., opening up and starting doing princess transformations. The other team will work on the island in Castaway. So ferries only have to do that one time a week, and it rotates. So you have to do it once every other week. And you work there from 8 a.m. to 11:30. But the good thing about working on Castaway is after that, you don't have to start back in the boutique until 2:30. So you get a little bit of a break, which is nice. But working on the island in the morning is never fun. It's hot. I don't know, none of the ferries seem to like it very much. But the other team that doesn't work on the island works all day again, just like the day before. You work from 9 a.m. to whenever you close to 10 p.m. And then it's a 1-hour break for lunch, 1-hour break for dinner. Whoever works on the island gets that little break in the middle of the day, but then they come into the boutique until close at 10 p.m. Thursday is a sea day on our 4-day cruises, and that means that every ferry comes into the boutique from 9 a.m. till close, which is usually 10 p.m. And they have a 1-hour break for lunch and a 1-hour break for dinner. That's it. So sea days are rough because there's like no anything special going on. You're just in work all day doing that. You don't have pirates, you don't have gangway, you don't have welcome line, you have nothing. It's just princesses all day long. Friday, we're back in Port Canaveral and we get all of the guests off the ship to get new guests on the ship. So Friday, our 4-day cruises end and our 3-day cruises start. Same thing, you're either waking up for load or you get to sleep in and have reservations or welcome line. And then you have drill and then you have work. Saturday is a Nassau day and one team gets their 2 o'clock start and then they start for pirates until close and the other team works all day through. So that's what a week schedule looks like for the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique on the Disney Dream. This was a schedule from the first week of February in 2018. Things could have changed by then. This is the last schedule that I had, so I thought I would share it with you guys. I just wanted to let you know if you're looking for a ship job or anything like that, kind of how the hours are set up or how they look. So this schedule would give us about 68 to 72 hours every week. Once you're really like in the swing of things, it doesn't feel like you're working too much, but it does get a little bit Groundhog Day-y. So you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So it's nice to have a break in your schedule here and there. But I just wanted to share that with you all so you know what cruise line is like a little bit more. And I thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm so excited to be making these videos again from the comfort of my apartment, and anything that you want to know, please let me know and I will make it into a video. Thank you so much for supporting me. Happy Teen G Tuesday. I will see you all soon. Bye.